If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life. Well, welcome everybody to another exciting episode of TED Talks Guitars and Life. Today on the channel, we are going to introduce our next project guitar. We are about 75% with the AKLOT kit, so more of those vids will be coming down the road. During the intermission period, we are going to begin to talk about and work on the next project. And the next project, my friends, is a special thing I've got going on with strings and pucks, Jack. So if you fancy an adventure talking about our next project guitar, Jack, why don't you run on out to the kitchen, grab yourself a Diet Coke and some popcorn. Meet me right back at the workbench, Jack. Go on and get your snacks, man. Come on back to the bench. We got stuff to talk about, Jack. Let's get into it. Well, welcome back to the workbench, my friends. So, since this guitar neck was sent over to the channel by my dear brother Strings and Pucks, and I did copacetically get it all fixed up, I figure what better thing to do, man, than to join that guitar neck that he sent over with that Temu body and work on a special project we've been talking about for a minute. Let me get my coffee out the way. Oh man, oh man. So Strings and Pucks and I have been talking about a special project for a minute. That project is to create for him, wait for it, a Red Wing guitar. Yeah, we're going Red Wings, baby, not stars, of course. And so, along that road, we needed a guitar body and a guitar neck. So, my friends, I had offered up one of my Tease ST1s for the project, but when I got this guitar neck in, I went looking for a guitar body, thinking, hey man, let's just redeem this neck and send it on back to Strings and Pucks, Jack. Yeah, guys, so we're going to be utilizing this neck and that body. So there are two challenges up front that will be the first order of business in the project. Challenge number one is that this guitar neck does not fit in that guitar body right now. Now, guys, I could force that in there. I could just cram it in there if I wanted to. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking a 180 grit salon nail roll on a Dremel, and I'm going to be going at these edges just a smidge, guys. It's like less than half a mil on either side that we need. It is minute, okay? Now we did that on the Firebird guitar. That gave me great confidence to do it with this one, so I'm good with it. You can put it in the comments and give me any counsel or cautions or anything that you'd like to say about that. So number one, we need to widen that pocket just a skosh. Challenge number two, this guitar neck is square at the bottom like a Tele, okay? So a square neck in a Strat-shaped neck pocket. Will it work? Well, my friends, it really depends on who you ask, okay? The key factor in all of this, once we widen the neck pocket, and this neck can copacetically fit in there, the question will be scale length. Because if we don't have the exact scale length, we're going to have some intonation problems. Okay, we're never going to be able to really dial the guitar in it. At least that's what I've read, and the people I've talked to have confirmed that for me. So there's a couple things we could try, okay? One thing we could try is rounding off the edges of the neck heel itself. The other thing we could try is straightening out these corners right here. Getting rid of that curve is what I'm saying. So the line of demarcation for the neck is right here. The problem with a Tele or a square neck is that you cannot hit that line of demarcation because the corners, all right? So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to address that yet. So I open it up to you, the community. Let me know, put it in the comments. If there are videos that you've made that you think I should watch, I'd be glad to watch them. If there are videos that you've seen of other people talking about this, more importantly, I'm not really interested in the debate, okay guys? What I'm interested in is the practical how to do this, how to get it done. I think if I had a Dremel, I could just go at that pocket and make that flat and life would be good. Again, if I'm assuming the line of demarcation should be right there. Okay, so that the butt of the guitar neck is right there. All right, guys, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to use this neck and that body unless I attempt to use this neck and that body and it doesn't work out. Now, I'm not going to know about intonation regardless of what path I choose, okay? I'm really not going to know if this works until I can put the guitar neck on the guitar body, put some hardware on it, and test the intonation. That's really the only way I'm going to know, okay? So I'm going to have to put it together to check out my scale length, and I'm going to have to put it together to check out the intonation. Now, the good part about it is that we've got no bridge holes right now for the set screws for the bridge. And you know, even if it had the 6 holes for the bridge drilled, we could fill those and re-drill. So it is a little bit of a bonus that we've got no pre-drilled holes. That means we can position that bridge. So scale length is going to be the thing. Scale length and intonation. If we can't get the proper scale length and this guitar is not going to be able to be intonated correctly, we need to abandon ship on this whole thing. Okay, I really appreciate in advance all of your comments. The second thing about the neck is that Strings and Pucks had sent over some Wilkinson tuners that were actually on this guitar neck when he sent it, although one of the screws was stuck here, as you might remember, and I've attempted to do some repairs. Let's don't pay too much attention to all of that wonky, dark, ugly goodness right there. All right. So we've got Wilkinson tuners for the headstock. That's good. I've got both Fender style rolling string trees and I've got some barrel trees in the shop. That's not going to be a problem. Now, color. We're going to paint the guitar white. So I will be painting the top and maybe the sides of the headstock white. Okay? Strings wants everything else exactly the way it looks. He loves the way that looks, and so I'm going to honor him by keeping that just the way it is. But we are going to go white on the top of the headstock for sure, and I may do the edges. I don't know. I don't really like to do the edges because I never know where to stop here. You know what I mean? It always looks kind of weird. So I'll probably tape all that off and just do a white top on the headstock. Now we will also then be affixing one of our little wheel Red Wing logos to the headstock, the smallest one, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get that right on the other side of the string trees and be able to get the whole decal there and not have to drill into the decal. That is the hope, my friends. Let me set the neck to the side. We'll talk about the body, Jake. Now, guys, Strings and I have already walked through the whole project plan. In fact, I recorded him and I on a Zoom call, and I was going to post that video for you, but yeah, the recording didn't work out. So all I got was 3 seconds of us signing off, which probably wouldn't be helpful. All right, the project plan. By the way, guys, this body, I mentioned how light it is, 1.3 pounds, man. It's like not even pizza weight. You know what I'm saying? Very, very light body. 1.3 pounds. So I mentioned the neck pocket, the routing of the neck pocket. You'll see that, just as a reminder, it does have this divot in there, so we'll be putting some wood filler in there. And it's got some kind of weirdness right here. And we're going to be doing some sanding anyway, so we'll be tackling that all copacetic-like. The body itself, since we are going to be painting it, I'm really not worried about much of that. If we were going to stain it, got some ugly spots we'd have to deal with, but we're not going to stain it. We're going to paint it, so we should be good to go on that. So, white body, white headstock. Now I am going to use, I've got 3 Tease ST1 guitars. I'm going to donate to the project a loaded pick guard from a Tease ST1. So it'll be a white pick guard, single coil, single coil, single coil. It'll have Tease pups. We're going to do chrome hardware. We're going to do Wilkinson tuners, the trees, and I've got some strap buttons because, well, even though we're about halfway through the AKLOT project, we're really waiting on the body to dry before we can do anything else. And I don't want to give away too many spoilers about that project. Let's just say we will not be needing this bridge. So I will be donating this bridge to the project. I also have a chrome output jack. We will not be using the quick connect electronics from the AKLOT guitar. And I probably have a pure tone output jack that we could be putting in that guitar all copacetic light, but we will be doing chrome hardware right there. And because we will not be using that bridge, nor will we be using the springs or the claw from the AKLOT guitar, we will copacetically be using those on this guitar as well. So we're going to do chrome hardware, white body, white headstock, single coil, Tease electronics, pups. They're ceramic, but they're good pups, guys. So in the videos coming up, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to tackle that neck pocket. We've got a repair to do. We need to widen it, and then we need to make sure that we can get that neck copacetically adjoined to this guitar body. Then I need to sand and primer this body. I need to get some white paint. The reason that we're going white is these stickers have a white background that's a part of the image. Okay, so you can kind of see this where it's white and it's red. That's all sticker. So if it was any other color than white, you'd have that kind of ugly white and red background there. Not that the logo is ugly. Strings, you understand my heart, baby. I know that you do. So we're thinking again, we're going to put the big wheel right here, right under that bridge, kind of something like that. And then we're going to take the smallest set of letters, and if we can get on the other side of that pick guard up there, we'll be putting it right there on the top of the guitar so that everybody can see it as it is played. Now I have the sandpaper, I have the primer. I need to go to Home Depot and have them match that color. Guys, I know there's about 800 shades of white, but is there a white color that you know of in a rattle can that I could use to paint that guitar body? I don't know. I imagine just plain old white would work, but I'm trying to keep it as cool looking as we can. And Strings sent over some 2K high gloss clear coat and a little spraying apparatus that goes on top there. I've never used this before, but Chris over at BCG 5150 recommended it, Jack. So it's got to be the good stuff, baby. Well, guys, that's the project plan for the Red Wing guitar. So in future videos coming up, we'll begin to tackle the project. If you have any comments or any ideas or any thoughts as it relates to the neck pocket or the project at large, my friends, I'd love to hear your comments. Hey, guys, thanks for taking any time out today to talk to me about guitars and life. Special shout out to the Jacks, our channel members, for your constant love, encouragement, support, and edification. Man, oh man, you guys are the best. Well, as always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Hey, rock on with your bad selves, everybody. Catch you down the road.